Hello everybody, it's Angela here again. I just wanted to thank everybody for such wonderful support and amazing comments that I got from every single person that viewed my video and had a look at my Instagram account. I'm so touched by this junk journal community that it just had to be said today. I just want to thank each and every one of you for those lovely words and words of encouragement. Alright, without further ado, I'd like to take you through my bee journal. Now, my bee journal was the journal I made just before the French one that was my first video. And I really enjoyed making this journal. I always knew that I was going to have to start selling my journals, which is not an easy thing when you start out because you get attached to them. I think it's because we put so much of ourselves into them. Just so that you know some of the details about it before I start. The length of the journal is 23 centimeters or 9 inches. The width of it is 5 7/8 of an inch across, or 15 centimeters, and the spine is quite broad. It is 6.5 centimeters or 2 3/4 inches that way. Alright, so you can see it's quite a full journal. It has 160 pages front and back, and it's made up of 4 signatures, as you can see, so it's quite big. Right, if I have a start with a cover, fabric cover made from cotton with bee images all over it. I really like it. It's quite a neutral shade with mauve bees. What I've done on the front is I've layered it up with some canvas, some burlap, pieces of lace, put on some of the lovely leaf trim. If you can see there, got a couple of bee charms and a paper flower, which I didn't make, and some other bits and pieces underneath that, and a little bit of velvet sticking out. That's a Tim Holtz book plate, so you're able to capture your life moments in this book. Oh, and 2 brads. So there you go, that's the front of the book. I fitted a closure made of chiffon ribbon and just put on some beads at the bottom just to give it a bit of jewellery. Okay, so here we go. Oh, yeah, I think what I should mention is I have used various kits in this journal of mine. I did use Mrs. Cogg's journal cards, the Pollinators, and also some of her lovely images from the Beekeepers. ARTYmaze was the main kit I've used throughout this journal, called the Bee Garden. I also used a premium paper pack from Hackney Co called Tell the Bees, which you'll see coming up. I'll point it out as we go. And of course, Nick the Booksmith put together Ode to the Bee. I have used that as well. Odd images are from Farmirages, Bees and Wasps, and of course the lovely Tracie Fox's butterfly faux tea cards and flower tea cards, and some of her entomology embellishments as well. Alright, so that's about it, but let's see as we go. Right, here's the inner cover. I have used some of that paper here from the Hackney Co Tell the Bees paper pad. Made a pocket, backed onto some burlap canvas backing there. Here's one of the tags that I've made. It's quite firm, piece of ribbon, layered up some flowers and die cuts behind there. This is from ARTYmaze's kit. Just backed it onto some paper and done some stitching around that, so that's one of those. Layered up some flowers, a little bit of leaf trim there, and there you can see a bee from the fabric, which I've just stitched onto a couple of layers of fabric there. So that's the inner cover, inside cover there. Right, This is the first page of the first signature. There we go, we have a pocket. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I started getting quite ambitious with a bit of glitter and sequins, because the sequins are hexagonal shaped and they looked a bit like honeycomb, so I quite like the use of them with the different yellows. So there's some glitter on there. Another tag from the kit. This is from ARTYmaze's kit, which I've just backed onto cardstock in a honey shade. Some stamping, and that actually, yeah, that's stamping. Another page from the Hackney Co book. A little bit of Tracie's Faux ephemera, which I've used an image to put on, and just put in a piece of vintage invoice there, which I've aged, stitched. So that goes there. This is from Nick the Booksmith's Ode to the Bee. I loved her pages as well. Black and white adds something, because if everything, you know, colour, and you need some differentiation. This is just a piece of tracing paper that I've printed an image of Pinterest actually onto that, which I thought was nice, and stitched the ends. One of Tracie's Faux cards. Laid up the page. I like my layering, so laid and stitched some bits onto the page. Just a little coin envelope with an image. I think it has got little tea cards in there. Yes, there we go. And tickets from ARTYmaze's kit. Stamping, like this nice yellow look for the bees. Another one of Nick's pages. Mrs. Cogg's image to the pages from the kit. There we go. Those go in there. Some more page layering. This is a really old vintage music sheet. Got some pictures from the kit there. I've just folded it up, stitched it to give it a bit of reinforcement because it was a bit delicate. Made some more of these tags and backed them onto some foam card. So those go at the back there, so we've got those. Another page from the Hackney Co kit. Love the honeycomb look of that. Other side of that music paper. So we've got a few tickets from ARTYmaze's kit. One of her beautiful envelopes, which I've just closed. Put a bit of one of the little bits of ephemera to go in there. Added a wax seal of the Tree of Life, which is one of my favourites. And then I've made a little notebook. This is from Nick's kit. Stuck in a picture there. It's got a bit of just a little card that you can, a poem from a bee, which I got off Pinterest. That goes in there. And this is just various bits of dyed paper that I've stamped a bee image on and just put in there. Might be a good shopping list actually. Never know, secrets. So that's that. This is from Tracie's Entomology kit, just layering up of paper. One of the envelopes from ARTYmaze's kit, and as you can see, just some sequins that I've glued on there, which I think gives it quite a nice look. What have I put in here? Just a postcard in there. So that's that. I have put the tabs on from her kit. This is from ARTYmaze's kit. Put a bit of stenciling there. That's from Nick's kit. Cards which I've stitched onto paper. Various cards and images. Just got a fold there that I thought would be quite nice. This is one of the little banner tags that are in the kit as well. This is from a different kit. In fact, this is from one of the SenecaPondCraft's kits as well, which I used, which is called the Practical Beekeeper. I use the odd thing from there, but not that much. Just put in a little tuck spot which I've stitched, and another little image. Here's a cover that I found that I've printed onto this other side of the tracing paper, which I quite thought looked quite nice. One of Nick's pages. The pages that I have used that aren't from a kit are all tea dyed, so that gives it a nice colour as well for this bee journal. Another page from the Hackney Co book. Here's just a bingo card which I've stamped with my letter stamps and made these labels and laid it up. Some more stenciling and stamping. Another journal card which I've stitched onto tea dyed paper. We're on to the second signature now. So here's a lovely picture from Bees and Wasps from Farmirages. Another one of Tracie's little tags. I do like these little envelope folder things. Put all sorts of bits and pieces in there. Some more stenciling. I did use the Distress ink by Tim Holtz. They've got a lovely honey yellow colour one which really worked well with this book. Another journal card, one of Nick's pages. I made these little bags from vellum after printing on them, which I thought worked really well here. I'll stop saying Here's a little book page from the little gem books, the Collins little gem books, so that you can read about bees. Laid up the edge of that page, then stitched it. Other little images that I had in my kit anyway, so I'll just put them in. Another page from Hackney Co, really nice. I have put in these little metal eyelets with a couple of danglies here. Next pages, made this envelope using, this is a page from Nick's kit actually, various bits and bobs that I had, just like my layering. Got it open, you can make your own notes in there, which is quite nice. Little hidey place, and then one of the tickets from ARTYmaze's kit. This is a Tim Holtz wallflower page sticking through. And here's one of the images again from Mrs. Cog's images, the Beekeepers, just with a few cards which I've stitched onto cardstock. So there we go. Next pages, another one of these images from Farmirages laid up there. This is the centre spread, which I absolutely think this is a beautiful picture of these flowers. This is from ARTYmaze's the Bee Garden kit, so that's beautiful. I've just folded it back, and you've got another little ephemera piece image there. Another little botanical book which I've made. All these little bits and bobs that I had left over, I've made into pages with some tea dye paper, and I've embossed the cover, and that's just another little notebook there. One of Nick's pages again, Hackney Co. Stitched journal card, backed onto tea paper, and just another image that I had. It's a big book, isn't it? This is the other side of the Tim Holtz wallflower paper. And there is lots of journal space, lots of place to write. Another image from Nick's kit. Lots of stitched journal cards for you to write on. Lots of spaces. It's the other side of the little bag I made. Got some little cards and entomology things going on there. Another one's of the tags that I've made from the kit using paper, backed onto cardstock. Little stitched tuck spot there. Right, we're on to the third signature. Love this. This is from I've seen this in a number of places, but I think I took mine from Nick's actual book. This I actually made from a toilet roll insert, and stitched a lovely image and aged it up with some layering. Another tag that I've made using bits and pieces from kits and bits of paper. So that goes in there. More of the paper. That's from Pinterest. Oh no, this is actually from a book by Sarah Midder called In and Out of the Garden. I have used pages from that book in here as well, which I absolutely love. I love the images. Nice bit of stenciling. Another one of Nick's pages. Some layering. Back of the tracing paper. Another one of those journal cards that I've stitched onto tea-dyed paper. Okay, another one of those little dangly bits. You've got a little key there, stamping. Some more from various vintage books, which I've stamped that honey Tim Holtz ink onto. This is one of the little pockets from the kit. I've just made up these tags. This is actually from Tracie's tag kit and her mini mini entomology bits and pieces, mini tags. Another one of those pages from Hackney Co, some stamping. Made this pocket sort of a double tuck spot and pocket with various bits of entomology. Interesting reading there. And then behind from the kit itself. So it's just made from old book pages. So that's the middle of the signature. Some more layering and stitching there. Another stitched postcard backed onto tea-dyed paper. And of course some more stenciling. Sorry. Here's another one of those pages, the other side of it, from the books that I have. Quite a few lovely books, old vintage books. Tickets from ARTYmaze's kit. Again, here's another bee that I've printed off from Pinterest. Some more stenciling onto tea-dyed paper and Nick's lovely pages. This is a altered glassine bag. Gina is the one that taught me this a while back, and you can find her again on YouTube. I'll try and link that, Gina. See if I'm getting any better with technology. Folded bag up, little bits and pieces that go into the front of the pocket. Stuck an image there, and of course another one of those tags from Tracie's tag kit. So that was lovely. Right. Some more stenciling there. Lovely quotes that Nick had in her kit. We're on to the last one of Mrs. Cogg's images. Library card and pocket. More from Nick's kit. Layered up edge of the page and some stenciling again. Stitched an old invoice from one of the kits onto those pages just to give it some interest. And then I've made another little bag that I've printed on from Nick's kit actually, and we've just got one or two bits of ephemera in there. So there we have a coffee dyed page. That's from Nick's kit, honey definition, bits and pieces stitched onto the edge of the pages. That's the other side of a Tim Holtz vellum sheet. Another journal card that I've put in there. I think this also comes from ARTYmaze. I'm not in that kit, it's one of her others. And then I've made another envelope I've made. Just laid up. You can see that. with various bits and pieces and stamping and things, so a bit of a mixed media thing there. It does have some old invoices which I've aged and put in for tea, so that's in there. You can always seal that if you want it sealed, or you can make your own notes, and it's your choice really, person who has this. That's just another image from the Bees and Wasps kit from Farmirages, which they had some lovely images. Some more stenciling. Just make sure that's in frame. Another pocket stitched onto tea-dyed paper. That's one of the actual images from Sarah Midder's book, which I've stitched onto tea-dyed paper. Lovely colours in that book as well. Here's a Edith Holden page, which I've folded over to make a pocket. Put in one of the tags that I've put onto cardstock. Here's just the other side, and another one of the tags also onto cardstock. Can't have a botanical book without Edith Holden, can we? There's some of the tags, just another little dangly bit there. More envelopes I've made. This one's from ARTYmaze, from her kit. Put on a postcard there, which I've sewn onto tea-dyed paper. And just one of the little images that are from one of my bits of stash that I have about. And then of course that's from Nick's kit, sorry. Another page from Hackney Co, and the other side of the Tim Holtz vellum. I love this page. Let's see if I can bring that closer. You can see over here I've stamped a bee onto a little bit of muslin, layered it up with some other fabric pieces, taken other bits and torn them and stitched around there, which gives it a little bit of interest, so I like that. Here I've stitched little bits of pages together, done some weird stitching around the page to make it a little bit different. This is from Nick's kit Ode to the Bee. Some more stenciling, the other side of that page I showed you earlier, which I've printed onto, and a Farmirage card which I've put into there, and another one on the other side. Here's the other bit of the Hackney Co book. Lovely, good quality paper. This is one of the first envelopes when everybody was making these lovely envelopes that I had a go at with old book pages. Used some stamps and some various bits and bobs to create that. Do love that distress ink from Tim Holtz. I thought it went well with a honey and bee theme. So that goes in there. Little tab from the kit. This is from Nick's kit as well, from her Ode to the Bee. And here's another pocket I've made from an old book page. Lots of stitching involved, just a couple of yellow bits and bobs, Tracie's little tags, and then just another one of those tags that I've made as well. These words here actually come from Tracie's, one of Tracie's, I think, Entomology kits really, and the tags as well from one of her tag kits. So that's that there. We're at the back now, and layered up a page here with one of the pages from ARTYmaze's kit with a couple of layers of other bits and pieces, stitching. And then this is the back of the journal. This is the last cover page, inside cover. Another one of those tags that I've made using pieces and scraps and stamping from my own letters, backed onto some other paper. It's really sturdy. I've actually used old packaging that I've been collecting rather than throwing it out. really nice sturdy cards, so that's been great, and I love that ribbon as well. Made that little envelope, stitched onto some of that, and then of course this paper here and here is all from Hackney Co because it was really sturdy and really great to use. And that is another really chunky book all done. Alright, so I will put that up on my Etsy, and you'll find it there if you would like to buy it. But I would like to thank everybody so much again for all the wonderful words of encouragement and the lovely compliments and things that people have said to me. Really, I'm on such a high from all the wonderful words from everybody. I definitely think they should, the doctors should be giving us this on as a prescription, because it's such a great community and we all learn so much and inspire each other. So I'm really grateful for all your input and help and advice, and hopefully I can get this video to line up correctly on the telly. So until next time, thank you everybody. That's wonderful. See you soon.